Hey everybody, it's Facebook Live Friday. How are you? It's the end of the week. Woohoo! I'm excited to be here. Today I'm on my Karma Chow fan page. I normally do my Facebook Live sessions in my Food Freedom group. And I wanted to come today live on my fan page and talk to all of you and share with you about a really important topic today. And I also, I'm going to tell you about an awesome free coaching series I have starting next week, and you can actually sign up for that today. But what I really wanted to talk to you about today was people pleasing and how people pleasing actually can lead to emotional eating and overeating. And I know you might think, how do those things even relate to each other, or how is that even possible? But, you know, people pleasing is something that many of us do, especially women. Women are the #1 culprits of people pleasing. By the way, if you're joining me, I'm Melissa Costello, the owner of Karma Chow, and I'm a transformational eating coach. Thanks for being here. I love doing these Facebook Live sessions, and I really wanted to come especially on my fan page today instead of in my private group so that more people could engage and enjoy what I have to share. So people pleasing. On Friday night in Santa Barbara, Elizabeth Gilbert, one of my favorite authors, was in town speaking, and I had tickets to see her, and she was incredible. She wrote the book Eat, Pray, Love, which I don't even really correlate with her anymore because it's been so many years, but I'm sure many of you have heard of it. And she also wrote a book called Big Magic. She's written quite a few other books as well, but Big Magic was her most recent. And it was more along the lines of a personal transformation book. It talks a lot about creativity and things like that. But she was here speaking on Friday evening, and she talked about people pleasing as well. And she said something really profound and awesome. And she said, instead of calling it people pleasing, we should call it people manipulating. And she said the reason why is because people pleasers are actually manipulating others to feel a certain way about them by overdoing and over pleasing and doing things that will manipulate the other person's feelings about them. So I thought that was so interesting because I am a recovering people pleaser. I was a people pleaser most of my life, and thank God I'm not really a people pleaser anymore. I mean, I definitely catch myself in certain situations where I am people pleasing, but it's more of a choice now versus something that I just do unconsciously. And it just was so profound when she said that, because I thought, wow, I never thought about it that way, that I'm actually manipulating others into thinking a certain way about me because I'm pleasing them even if I don't want to, or even if I feel a different way, or if I'm angry or I'm upset and I'm just going, everything's great, no, I'm good, like, don't worry about it, right? How often do we do that when someone's like, what's wrong? You're like, oh, nothing, I'm good, don't worry. Or if someone's like, how are you today? And you're like, oh, I'm fine, everything's great. But like under the surface, you're just hurting and in pain and suffering, and you're got stuff going on, and you just like put on the happy face, right? And my last week's session was all about the masks we wear and how the masks we wear tend to, you know, push us toward overeating and mindless eating and all that. And people pleasing does that too, because what people pleasing is completely inauthentic, right? It's like we are trying to please others and not ourselves. We're not taking care of ourselves. We're just trying to please others. And most of the time, we're doing that because we're so afraid of other people's judgment of us. And so what happens is that we show up in a way to please others and not ourselves. And it's completely inauthentic. So at the end of the day, when you go home, you feel unaligned, but you might not even be aware of it, right? It's just this feeling you have. And then so food becomes the thing. Food becomes the crutch, the thing that you go to, the thing that you, use as a way to comfort yourself or feel better or numb out or whatever it is. And when we're people pleasing, we're extending ourselves beyond what feels good. And, it just leaves us feeling depleted. It leaves us feeling exhausted because we're being inauthentic. And it's no wonder so many of us feel tired at the end of the day, because we're not being authentic and we're not being aligned with what our true values are and who we are in the world, and we're so afraid to let people see us and to let people know who we really are. So we'll just try to please them all the time. So what this does is it really drives us toward either food or something that is numbing, like binge watching Netflix or surfing social media, whatever it is. It, unfortunately, the people pleasing and being inauthentic with ourselves pushes us towards those things so that we don't have to really deal with the feelings that we're feeling at the end of the day. And it's so hard for so many of us to just be with ourselves and to just give ourselves the space to feel what we're feeling. And so food becomes the crutch, and food becomes the thing we lean on when we're having emotion and we don't want to feel it and we just want to shove it down, or we just want to numb out because we're so exhausted, we're so tired of pleasing people, and we're so tired of doing things that we don't really want to do and showing up in a way we don't really want to show up, and it's exhausting. So people pleasing is really people manipulating. I love when Elizabeth Gilbert said that, because it was so profound for me, because I thought, oh my gosh, all those years I spent pleasing others, I was just really trying to get them to like me and to not judge me and to not think poorly of me, or for them to not really see who I am. I was hiding who I really was because I was ashamed of it for some reason, or I didn't think I deserved people to like me, or whatever it was, right? We all have our reasons. And so we become people pleasers because we want people to like us and we don't want people to judge us, and it becomes a way we hide, and then we turn to food for comfort, and we turn to food to, numb out, or because we're so exhausted. And so then we tend to overeat, or we mindlessly eat, which leads to overeating. So people pleasing is one of those number one things that pushes us toward, or triggers us toward, emotional eating and overeating. And anytime we're eating when we're not physically hungry, I consider that emotional eating, because we're eating for some other reason besides physical hunger. And so what else would there be? Whether it's boredom or stress or sadness or, whatever it is, you're eating for some other reason than actual physical hunger. That's usually emotional. So that's my share for today. I wanted to tell you about my free live 4-part coaching series. It starts on Monday. It's called Empowered Eating Balanced Body. And each week I'm going to have a different topic. And you can sign up right here on my Facebook page. Underneath the header, there's a little sign up bar there, and you can just register and save your spot. It's totally free. It's a 4-part series. We're going to meet every Monday at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. And I am just going to be sharing incredible information with you. And I don't remember the topics off the top of my head, but they're on the registration page. They're all there. But I'm going to be going deeper into body image and our emotional eating, and how we can be more balanced and feel more empowered instead of feeling controlled and obsessed by food. Because so many of us feel like, I think about food all the time. I'm just obsessed with it. Like, I'm so tired of thinking about it. And like, what's the next meal, and is it good, is it bad, and all of these rules we have, and this dieting mindset. And so I'm excited to share that with you. And then also, this is another piece of really exciting news. Me and Tony Horton, you guys might know Tony Horton. I used to cook for him, and he's a very dear friend of mine. He created P90X. We're going to be doing a live event in June, a live teleseminar, the two of us together, and I'm so excited to do an event with him, because it's been many years since him and I have done something together, and I love and adore him, and that's going to be incredible too. So if you want to learn more about that, you can join my tribe by signing up on my website, karmachow.com, and getting your name on my email list, and you'll get a free gift as well, and so you can learn more about that. And I'm super excited. I believe it's June 8th that we're doing that. So thank you for joining me today. I love being here live on Facebook. I like to keep these sessions short and sweet because I know we all have a lot going on, and I try to impart as much information as I can in a short period of time. And remember, the next time you go to people please, remember you're people manipulating. You're trying to manipulate how someone thinks about you or feels about you by pleasing them and doing something that doesn't feel in alignment with you. So just start to notice where you do that in your life. Oh my gosh, I used to do that so much, and man, it's exhausting. And no wonder I was overeating all the time. And no wonder I was binge eating and emotional eating and just so disconnected from myself all the time. So my encouragement to you is to just check in with yourself and start to be a detective and see where you do that and lean into and be curious about that, because it is one of those triggers for emotional eating and for mindless eating. So I'm going to leave you with that little thought for this weekend as you go into the weekend. Just notice where you people manipulate. Thanks, Elizabeth Gilbert. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. I'll be here again on my Facebook page. I'll be here at 1 p.m. Pacific this time. I normally do a 1 o'clock, and today I had to push it because I had a client. And so, yeah, and join my free coaching series. It's going to be incredible. It's a 4-part series. Again, you can sign up right underneath my header on this Facebook page, Empowered Eating Balanced Body, and I hope to see you there. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. Peace out. Bye.